Hello everybody, welcome to our Funny Media YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at how to register for the Ghana Teacher Licensure Examination from the National Teaching Council. How to register for the Teacher Licensure Exam organized by the NTC. I'll walk you through each step in registering for the licensure exam, so stay tuned. Welcome once again. Most of us know NTC and what they do. For those of us who don't, NTC simply stands for National Teaching Council. It's the council mandated by the Educational Acts of Ghana to improve professional standing and status of teachers and to ensure licensing and registration of teachers in Ghana. Right. Now, the purpose of the licensing examination actually is to enable qualified teachers acquire a professional license and also prepare teachers to meet the demands of the national teacher standards of possessing the minimum knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes necessary to deliver effectively in schools. Now, before we jump into the registration portal and start registering and blah blah blah, I want to show you some few things. All right, we're going to look at the things you need before the registration. Okay, so the first and foremost thing, item you need before you start the registration is the voucher. Alright, the voucher contains the serial number and the PIN, and this is the most important thing that you need. You need to know this. You can't just open the portal when you don't even have this. So first of all, make sure you have the PIN, the voucher, and then the serial number. Okay, and then also the passport size photograph. You should have a passport size photograph. Soft copy, of course, so you can't sit by the screen. You start the processing before you remember that, wow, I need a passport size photograph. This is so embarrassing. And then you also need an email address. Okay, for those of you who don't have, you need an email address. And then you also need your physical or your local address. Okay, and then you also need to know your year of admission, and then your year of graduation. So if you started schooling in 2015, you should know that you graduated in 2019. That's if you went in for a degree. If a diploma, you should know that you graduated in 2018. So you should know the year of your admission and the year of graduation, or the year you'll be graduating. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is the eligibility for the licensure examination. All right. For you to be able to write this examination, the teacher licensure examination, you should hold one of the following: diploma in basic education, that's the DBE, bachelor of education, that's BEd, postgraduate diploma in education, that's PGDE, or you should have a master of education, that's MEd. All right, so any of these, when you have them, you can sit for the teacher licensure examination. The cost of the registration form is, if you're a fresh candidate, is 220 Ghana cedis, and then if you are going for a receipt, possibly you wrote the examination last year or last 2 years and you didn't make it in any of the papers, if you are going for a receipt, you are paying 100 cedis per paper. Right, if you are receipting for 2 papers, you'll be paying 200 cedis, but if you are receipting for 3 papers, then you're also paying 220 Ghana cedis. Now, for the forms, you can get them from any of the GCB banks in Ghana. All right, and when you get there, you have to notify the teller that you are going for you are going as a fresh candidate, or you are going for a receipt. You would have to notify the bank teller as such. Now let's look at when you buy the voucher. Okay, when you buy the voucher, you'll be given a receipt that looks like what I have on my screen here. All right, so the receipts, you'll be given a payment receipt that will have National Teaching Council as the heading here, and then you also on that receipt you see transaction reference, the biller, the serial number, PIN, teller name, and then the transaction date, the branch name, and then the amount. Okay, now the 2 most important items on this receipt is the serial number and then the PIN. All right, so for the sake of only these 2, you'd have to keep this particular paper safely. If possible, make an electronic copy of this. You snap it onto your phone or onto your computer, or you make a hard copy photocopy of this. You make it and keep it somewhere, because this is what you use to register for your licensure examination, and it's the same pins that you're going to use to register for you to check your results after the examination. All right, so that is what we have now. Since we have this out of the way, we've been able to get our passport pictures, we've been able to get our payment receipt. We also know our local address, and then we also know our we have an email address, of course. You know the year we admitted the school, and then the year we graduated from school. Now let's look at the registration portal. Now, for us to get the registration portal, I would prefer going to since I didn't memorize the NTC website in my head, I will have to go to Google and then search for NTC. And then when I search for NTC, the first URL, the first website to pop up shows ntc.gov.gh. So that is the NTC website. So I'll click on that, and that brings me to this page. So this is the NTC page. All right, so this is the NTC page. I'll just go ahead and click. This is a notice to the public from the NTC. I'll close this. Now this is the NTC website, and we are coming here to register. We are coming to register for the Ghana Teacher Licensure Examination. So there are two ways you can come in, sign up, and then you continue, but I'm going to skip the sign up aspect. I'm going to the GTLE here at the top here. So that's where I'm going to click. That's the GTLE, Ghana Teacher Licensure Examination. So when you click on it, you'll be directed to this particular page, and the URL is exams.ntc.gov.gh. This is the page we are directed. Now on this page we have, let me close this here. On this page we have 4 items. All right, and the first of them is confirmation status. Now before you start the registration, you would have to confirm your status as to whether you have been confirmed by NTC as an applicant or not. So you'd click on this, enter your index number, and see whether you are confirmed. So I'm going to enter my index number quickly, and then click on confirm. So this should show that confirmed, you can register for the exam. All right, now if you see a message, an error message, or a different message other than this, then first of all, is either your school has not submitted your information to the NTC, the National Teaching Council, or your school have submitted but NTC is having an error. So you'd have to verify from your school. Possibly, I think the admissions office, they should be able to help you with this, as to whether they've been able to furnish information, your information, to the NTC. If they have been able to furnish that, then a problem might be coming from the NTC, possibly from the database, or any other issues coming from the NTC. So those are the 2 steps I think you can take. Call your admissions office or your school, and then verify as to whether they've done that. If they have done that, then you can be sure that here they've submitted your details. Now when you have been confirmed, your confirmation status shows that you have been confirmed, and you can sit. That's where you come in here and click on new registration. All right, now if you are coming for a receipt, then you would have to, now after the confirmation, when you have been confirmed by NTC that you can sit for the examination, then you now come here, new registration. Now if you are going for a receipt, then you use this link, receipt registration. And if you are going for new registration, you are a fresh student, you are now coming to sit for the examination, then you go for new registration. All right, and then if you have finished writing the exam, then you can check results here. And from each of these 3, when you click any of these 3, the first thing you'll be required to do is for you to enter your serial number and then your PIN. All right, so these 3 things, if you enter if you click on any of them, the first thing you'll be required to do is to enter your PIN and your registration your serial number and your pin number. Okay, so we are going in as new registrant or as fresh candidate. So I'm going to click on new registration. Now when I click on new registration, the first item I've been asked here is serial number and then pin. Okay, so from the voucher that I bought from the bank, let me quickly show it again. So the serial number is shown here and then the pin is shown here. So these are the two details that I'm going to input here, the serial number and then the pin. All right, so I'm going to quickly enter that. Okay, so after that, I submit. Yep. Now since I have registered, I'm having this information filled here for me. All right, if you have not registered, then you have all this information blanked out where you need to enter your details. The only thing you see being already entered is your first name, your last name. Those are the only two things that will be entered before you come onto this website. All right, so this is what has been taken from your school. Yeah, this is when your school provided the NTC with information. So NTC would put your data here, your first name and your last name. All right, so when you get this website, you need to you choose a file and then upload your picture here, and then you need to select your title. If you have any other name, you can add it. Okay, actually, if you have any other name, that will also be reflected from your school, so that will also be reflected here. Then you enter your email address, you enter your contact number, your gender, you select your gender, you enter your address, your physical address or your local address rather, and then your religion. Then you go on to select your disability. If you're a disabled person, you select any of them here, and then your date of birth here, school name here, your program here, and then your qualification. So under the qualification, you need to select them and look through the course you did. So you select that here, and then your index number is also being entered here automatically. You don't have control over that now. And then your year of admission and year of graduation. Then whether your mode of training, whether you were a regular student, a sandwich or a distance or online student. And then that is it. Then you select your exam center where you're going to write the examination. All right, so this is so after you finish that, then you can now submit your form, and then you print registration form. Now when we click on the print registration form, we are given a new a printout. That's here. Yeah, so the printout should give you your exam ID, your exam center that you selected, and then your name, your examination year, your college index number, and then the date that you've printed or you've accessed this particular document. So that is it. And then we have the timetable for you, the date you'll be writing the exams, and then the time, each of the exams, and then the time. So that is our NTC. So you need to print this and keep it secure. You're presenting this on the examination date as well. And then the exam ID, that's very very important as well. So you keep this very safe. All right, so that is it for this video. If you really enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and if you like it, hit the lights icon there, and then also make sure you hit the bell notification icon down there for you to get updates. I'll link the NTC URL in the notification area. Please do leave a comment as how this video is, how the video is, the audio quality, and then the video quality. If it's all right for you guys, make sure you leave a comment there. And then if there's something that I'm missing out from these steps, make sure you quickly also draw my attention in the comments down below. All right, now before I go, I forgot one particular aspect. Now the deadline for the registration is actually 11th March. Okay, those who are sitting for this year March 2020 examination, you should be aware that the deadline for the registration is 11th March 2020, and then the examination itself is supposed to take place from 25th to 27th of March 2020. So be aware of this. The deadline is 11th March 2020, and then the examination itself will take place on 25th to 27th March 2020. All right, that's it, guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and see you in my next video.